Hello, my beautiful people, and welcome to Fun in the Kitchen with April. So today I have a recipe that I found and I want to try it. It is called earthquake cake. It looks delicious. So let's try it. Okay, so the first thing we're going to need, of course, is your pan, and we're going to have to spray it with this spray. Usually I like to use bacon spray, but that's fine because the bacon spray has the flour in it. You're going to need a box of German chocolate cake, a 1/3 cup of vegetable oil, 3 eggs, 1 1/3 cup of water, 2/3 cup of shredded coconut, 2/3 cup of semi-sweet chocolate chip, a 1/2 cup of chopped pecans, 1 stick of unsalted butter, 8 ounces of cream cheese, and 1 pound of powdered sugar. Or when you put it in a cup, it turns out to be 3 3/4 cup. Okay, so let's get started. Okay. So the first thing we want to do, and please make sure your hands are clean. I always tell you that because it's nasty to cook with dirty hands. Okay, so we want to make sure that you have your oven set at 350 because that is the temperature that we want to cook our cake in. Okay, and then we're going to spray lightly spray our pan because this is the first thing we need to do. Just lightly spray it. There we go. And what we're going to do is layer our pan with the coconut and the chocolate chips and the pecans at the bottom of the pan. So that's the first thing that needs to be done. Okay, so let me move this out the way so that you can see what I am doing here. I'll move that out the way. There we go. So I'm just going to sprinkle the bottom with our coconut. And you know what? Once again, we are back at the holidays, and being that 2020 has been a trying year, we may not be able to go out of town like we want to because we want to make sure that everyone remains healthy throughout the holiday. We can begin planning our holiday meals and desserts now, and this is something fun that you can do with the kids, and you all can do this together as a family. So you may not be able to visit like you want to, but hey, use that time to do these kinds of things with the family. It's a family activity, you know. We're going to put some chocolate chips in here, and the kids like this, husbands like this, everybody, adult kids like to do things together. Create those memories. Like I say, you want to create nice memories with your family. You know, we're not here forever, so let's create these memories, and that way we can always look back on the times that we had as a family together, cooking or doing whatever it is that you like to do. Yes, let's just create those memories. See, I'm just sprinkling the chocolate chips in here around because we want to make sure we get chocolate chips everywhere. So I'm just kind of putting those chocolate chips randomly throughout the pan on top of the coconut. So now we're going to take our chopped pecans and we're going to put that in because all of this goes at the bottom of the pan. Again, this is an earthquake cake, and so we make this cake with the box German chocolate cake. So it's okay to take shortcuts sometimes. You know, we know how to turn things into semi-homemade, and that's okay. Okay, so we're just going to sprinkle these first ingredients down here so that we have a nice layer of coconut, chocolate chips, and nuts. And that's what you want your bottom layer to look like. Okay? Give me a second, I'll be right back. Okay, so now we're going to mix our cake mix with our 3 eggs. And remember, when you're cracking eggs, crack them into another bowl. That way, if any shells get in, you don't have to worry about them getting into your cake batter. So I added the water, and now I'm adding our oil to our cake mix, okay? And we're not gonna over mix this. We're gonna put this on low speed and let this mix, okay? Now, I'm gonna kick it up just a little bit because this is the stir. So let's just put it on 2. That's low right there. So I'm gonna mix that, and once that's mixed, I'm gonna show you how we're going to put this on top of our pecans, coconut, and chocolate chip. Okay, so now we're gonna take this cake batter and we are going to layer it onto our coconut, pecans, and chocolate chip. Okay, just like this. Just take your time and pour it. And you know this is going to be a good cake. It's already looking good. And just use your spatula to get all of that batter out into this pan. Okay, there we go. I think we got everything out. There we go. And now we're gonna have to move over to the stove because we have the cream cheese and the butter that we have to cook up. Okay, so now in this saucepan we need to melt together our cream cheese and butter. And this is what's going to create that kind of earthquake look in the cake, because again, like I said, we are cooking a cake that is called earthquake cake, and this is the kind of look we want to give it, that marbleized look. Okay, so this, we have to melt our cream cheese and butter together to get that. Okay, so that's what we're going to do right now. So you see me putting a stick of butter in here and the whole pack of cream cheese. Okay, I'm telling you guys, I'm not a chocolate cake person, but when I seen that recipe, I said, this looks like it might be good. So I said, let me give it a try, you know, because I'm really not a chocolate person. I don't really care for chocolate, but the cake looked good. My husband says he does. He likes chocolate. But the cake really did look good, and I said I wanted to try it, and I wanted to try it with you all, my YouTube family. Yes. And like I said, do this with your family. Create those family memories. We have Thanksgiving coming up. We have Christmas and Kwanzaa and all the other holidays that you may celebrate. Birthdays. Whatever coming up, or do it just because. If you don't celebrate the holidays, do it just because, you know, just something nice to do, something to cheer you up while we're going through this crazy pandemic. And also, let me add in here, don't forget, November 3rd, get out there and vote. Make your voice heard, because that is the only way we are going to make changes. So make your voice heard, get out there and vote, okay? Okay, so I'm mixing this up with the sugar, I'm sorry, not the sugar, with the cream cheese and the butter. I just want to get these two things melted in there nicely. And this is all we're doing. I'm using this spatula. And I have it on high heat just because I want to kind of do this quickly. I didn't want it to take forever. But we just want to get these melted nicely. So once it's melted, I'm going to come back to you. Okay, so this is what we have. Our butter and cream cheese have melted together. And so now what we need to do is put our powdered sugar in here. That's what we do. Put the powdered sugar in there. And then we're going to mix this in with the powdered sugar. Okay? So that's what we need to do. Now, I'm going to put this down. And we are going to do this on low. So the stir mode that I have on here, that's what I'm doing it on. You want to use a low speed because you don't want this to get all over the place. And there we go. And then I'm going to kind of wipe my sides down. That's why I have my spatula. Because I want to wipe my sides down and make sure that every bit of the powdered sugar is in there. Because we want this to become nice and creamy. Okay? So I'm going to stop it for a second, and I'm going to bring my sides where the sugar is piling up into this mixture here. And even I'm going to take some, and that's on the on this spatula here, and bring that down into the mixture because we want every bit of this in there. Come around just like that with your spatula. Okay? See, not hard. This recipe is really not a hard recipe. It just has multiple steps, but it's really not hard at all, as you can tell. So we just want this to cream up, okay? Because then we're going to have to mix it into our cake batter. So we need this to cream up. And once it's creamed up, I'll show you how we're going to infuse this into our earthquake cake. Okay, you see how this has creamed up? This is how you want that butter, cream cheese, and powdered sugar mixture to look nice and creamy, just like that. Okay, so now what we're going to do is kind of spread this on top of our cake mixture, because then we want to swirl it in there. Okay? Just like that. And I'm going to show you how to swirl it in there. I probably should be using, hold on, my spatula. I'm just going to kind of spread this around just to make sure that we're getting this everywhere. There we go, just like that. Okay, so I'm going to finish doing this and I'll be right back. Someone's at your door. Okay, so now we're going to take this mixture and we're going to swirl it around into our cake batter. We want to swirl that around into our cake batter, just like that. Swirl it around, just like that. That's all we're doing, is swirling this around into our cake batter. Now mine seemed to have gone deeper in there, but that's okay. We're going to swirl this around just like that. So you see a little bit of the white in there. I think I may have swirled it a little bit too hard, but that's okay. Just like that. Okay? You were supposed to still see some white, but mine kind of went down in there. That's okay. So now I'm going to put this into the oven for 35 to 45 minutes on 350. Okay? And we'll be back. Okay, and our earthquake cake is done, and as you can see there, you can see a little bit of the marbleizing from the cream cheese, butter, and powder mixture. So let's go ahead and cut into it and see what we have. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Wait, I need to get, let's see. Let me bring my plate over here. Oh, I left everything at the bottom. But you see all of that ooey gooiness? That came out of the cake. You see, if you can see, it's just oozing out of the cake. Oh, it's so good. The cream cheese and the powdered sugar mixture. And then you have your coconut and chocolate chips and the pecans in here. Oh my goodness. This is something good. And you can see it all right there. There you go. You can see it right there. So I'm going to take a piece and I'll tell you how. Because, you know, like I said, I'm not a chocolate cake person. But that is pretty good. So guys, this is our earthquake cake. I've taken a piece and you can see all the ooey goodness inside. It's pretty good. So remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And remember, press the notification bell so you know the next time I have a great recipe coming for you. Bye.